There we go, getting right into it now. Scars is going to come out swinging. You can already tell that she really wants this top 8. Now, Destroyer is no slouch. This guy has made top 8 numerous times, but he's going to have to be ready for everything that Scars is going to bring to the table. And this is where Scars shines. Going to get the mix of damage. Oh my
That is just, they fund the blockable to start us off here, guys.
Oh no, it doesn't block the low on that string. I swear. Getting the flex up, putting Cyrax in the corner, and that's where it gets the string. There we go, using that to at least get out of the corner, but doesn't block the 4-1-2-1. Destroyer taking her from corner to corner.
Putting on the flex,
And
coming in.
quickly as Stars had the likely, Destroyer took it away.
That armored up forward 1-2-1. Unable to stop it coming in. It looked like she went for the startup of a 4-3, but didn't get active enough as it has a big startup animation. It's going to go for from blockable. And good blocks from Destroyer.
Wow, and the block by Destroyer, that was amazing. Still getting hit by that low. She needs to be careful of that. But here we go, overhead in the dream. Destroyer immediately breaking. If she can open up Destroyer one more time before he gets that flex up, that's where she wants to be.
And just knew that he was going to have to jump, not wanting to deal with any kind of mix-up with that bomb on the ground.
And here we go. This is the setup that we were talking about. Just drops into the combo. Thankfully for her, forward 3 connects. And we are going into round number 2.
Final round, fight.
Wow, and the neutral jump punch, that was a read and a half. Bomb in the play.
The blocks from Destroyer so good.
You have to give it to him. His defense has been incredibly on point.
And she's so good at baiting out those air-to-airs by putting that bomb on the ground. Try to wake up.
And just gets beaten with that meter burn. And this is tough. Destroyer gonna no doubt take advantage of this. Flexing back into play.
And hitting on the way
double
back.
hitting, take advantage of that. But she has no meter to work with.
Good crouch from Destroyer. And almost swatting right out of the air and catching the backdash. And Destroyer's going to take game number 1 here. That was so close. These two are giving us a show already in the final match of the night.
That forward 1-2-1 string is an absolute godsend in this matchup because that is going to no doubt catch Triborg in general, Triborg's backdash 10 times out of 10. That is just such a far advancing string that there is no way to back out of it. If you are in chip territory, you are dead. There is nothing you can do about that. But at the same time, ScarsUnseen, not playing bad, is showing off that she still has the execution, had a little bit of drops here and there, but the main thing she needs to keep in the back of her head is to stay out of that corner. But Destroyer is doing such a good job with positioning, it's going to be very hard for her to do that.
In the blocks, already blocking 2 setups that we saw go probably 99 for 100 on Thursday as far as people not being able to block them. And she was only 1 for 3 on the fun blockables this time around, and let's see if things can change.
Yeah, but you take a look also, aside from Destroyer being extremely aggressive and having it pay off, you look at his defense and being able to block all those setups, it has to be kind of confusing Scars. Maybe she really doesn't know what to do here. And the flash parry with armor for days. And this is just going to be chip out. Nothing you can do about that.
And yeah, it's very interesting because Scars is now being put on the defensive, which is something she may not be too accustomed to, always being on the offensive with these setups. And, you know, if she's unable to get them going, you know, a breakdown in her game plan may happen, and as we may be seeing already.
And now she's having the right idea. She wants to stay as aggressive as possible when Destroyer doesn't have that flex in his way. Because when he gets the flex like right now she needs to be careful. The backdash will be caught every single time. She has to be careful. That Destroyer, beautiful presence to mind of knowing that, especially Cyrax, the mobility lacking. Hopefully, as a last-ditch effort, gonna get that bomb play.
Oh, here we go.
Low profiles, the flash parry, that could be huge. And just Destroyer just lets it happen.
I think that she may have done an input error, but seeing the whiff down 2 may have triggered Destroyer to press a button. We've seen stuff like that from Sonic Fox, where he'll put something super negative in front of you to have something in disguise.
catching that backdash every time. As Cyrax, you're going to have to deal with that pressure head on. Couple key drops, but still Scars doesn't have the meter to break.
And there goes
and the
her
legs
feet.
are off. Destroyer seemingly making quick work of Scars right now.
Tremor wins. Flawless victory.
And that was a flawless to close us out. He's got one more game to go if he wants to make it back in the top 8. It's been a while since we've seen Destroyer this late in Kombat Cup and doing this well. I mean, it's been a few weeks, and it's been a struggle here in season number 2 for him, and he's trying to get back in form.
And you know what? And I like the pick with Tremor because as Hish-Q10, the last thing you want to do is throw out a smart disc and get eaten by a net, especially against Scars.
And
Scars is off of Cyrax.
We've never seen her come off of Triborg here on stream and going to Jackie Bay.
Okay.
I think that she wants
now
to shred that armor.
She's locked in for the remainder of the set, so she really is on a last-ditch effort here. We'll have to see if it pays off. It's going to be really tough to deal with, especially with Destroyer being so on point now with his pressure. Hitting armor thing. I can already see. So she wants to go for more of a zoning playstyle, just kind of keep Tremor away from her. +6. Scar's gonna have to hold all of this, but still not watching her feet again.
Great presence of mind from Destroyer.
Destroyer could have got a little bit more damage off of that, but he's gonna keep it nice and simple, having the life lead that he does.
And a clean jump in.
Wait.
But didn't have the
Oh, no,
stamina. It doesn't break the armor on the
I
X-ray.
am surprised that didn't break.
It's not enough, and Destroyer swagging out with X-ray in round number 1. It's okay, folks. He'll get some meter back.
ScarsUnseen trying to make something work with her Jackie, but she is on her last legs, on the verge of being eliminated in the top 16. While Destroyer sitting very comfortable right now, has all of the momentum he could possibly ask for. In the corner, flex back in play, and the punish on the armored attempt, and this is looking like it's going to be pretty one-sided. Interactable as a last-ditch effort, and the chip itself. End up Destroyer a quick 3-0 over ScarsUnseen. And the brutality to close it
And
off.
one of the nastier ones with the stalag.
Oh, it's
is it
so good.
is it stalagmite or stalactite if it comes from the ground? Isn't it stalagmite?
I'm gonna say either or because I don't want to get blown up for saying the wrong
Me
thing.
either. But anyways, the rock that
I'm gonna
comes
say
through the
you're
ground
right
to
no
come
matter
through
what.
her skull,
You are right.
and just all the nasty things that.
We have Warbot on the chat. It is tight if it's on the ground. Stalactite.
Shoutouts.
I think that's what it is. But you know what? ScarsUnseen made it this far into the top 16. It's her first top 16 in the Kombat Cup anyway, so congratulations to her, and a big congratulations to Destroyer for moving himself back into the top 8, where we haven't seen him in a really long time.
And we got some highlights from that match, and that was a very, very dominant performance from Destroyer.
Oh, absolutely. It was a very dominant performance. Aggression really was the name of the game here. You take a look at it.
Very early, getting the corner.
Pressure was just so suffocating.
And looping back into the flex perfectly. And she tried so hard to get him off that flex, and it just wasn't enough as the unrelenting pressure just kept coming from Destroyer.
Even taking a look here, like we said, the corner pressure was an absolute necessity going into this matchup to keep Scars on the ground and on the defensive for as long as possible. And the flash parry through everything. You had time for a cup of coffee and you still get through that. And just the chip right there. Very smart stuff by Destroyer. And you see even now when ScarsUnseen was stuck in the corner, she did everything she possibly could to get out of it. Got that bomb to work, and this was really interesting. That low profile was really what helped her get this round. She whipped it down to and just kind of confused Destroyer, managing to take that round, which is really what kind of showed some life. But then moving on into the Jackie decision was smart on paper, but even there, a key drop, and then the X-ray somehow not even getting broken, and Destroyer taking the first round because of that X-ray. No doubt, Scars would have gotten him off of that meter if she continued that combo. But looking here, last match was just an absolute mauling in the corner. Not much she could have done about that. And the chip damage alone would have killed it. And Destroyer solidifying himself into the top 8 here in week number 9.
And congratulations to him. And our top 8 is set for the week, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at that bracket.